Good morning, YouTube. Back at it again. Another episode of The World is Burning. Shout out all the subscribers. Love you all, guys. Love the community. Great news, people. Rents are up in the UK 9%. Isn't that great news? Isn't that great news? And inflation's apparently only 3% right now. Make it make sense. If you're new here, we're just covering some of these financial issues everyone's going through, covering these issues. We will be covering the collapse as well, but look at this. Cost of renting rises in all parts of the UK. How lucky are we, guys? ONS says, with the average monthly rent in England now £1,276. £1,276. That's just for the UK, guys. We're not just talking just about London here. The average monthly rent by tenants in the UK rose by 9% in the year to February, the highest annual increase since records began in 2015. So guess what, guys? This year was the highest increase. In England, average monthly rents hit 1276, an 8.8% increase year on year. In Scotland, they rose by 10.9%. So you guys are getting shafted a little bit more. Still, you're less than the actual overprice, but you're going up. You're increasing a bit higher than us. Same with Northern Ireland, 9.3. It's rough out there, people. It's rough out there. Let's look at this. Take a look at this one. London rent rises. Rents are up 31% in 2 years. Amazing stuff. London rents have risen 31% since 2021. Let that sink in, guys. Since 2021, that's like, what, 3 years ago? It's gone up a third. What? Rent now takes up 42.5% of people's income. How are you supposed to build any wealth or get out of debt when more than almost half your wages go into rent? It's rough. It is absolutely rough. Rents to rise again next year. London rents could go up by another 5.5% in 2024. How lucky are we, guys? That's about as lucky as it gets. By 2028, rent in the capital will be another 18.2% higher. We're going to start hitting this parabolic growth, guys. When things compound and numbers get bigger, it's going to start raising really, really quickly. Look at this. Edinburgh's got the highest change. 11.5%, Glasgow, Newcastle, Southampton, Manchester. Other than Southampton, guys, these are all in the north of the UK. So people have been migrating from the south. They've been getting shafted for too long. They're starting to move up north, and it's rapidly increasing all these prices. Look at this. Cardiff, Birmingham, Liverpool, Bristol, Nottingham, Leeds, we're even on the bloody map. 7.2%. Sheffield's got 7%. Who wants to move to Sheffield, guys? Who wants to move to Sheffield? So it's not good. It's not good anywhere. Look at this. I just thought I'd show some central London flats. A 2-bedroom flat, 5,600. Look at that. It's just basic. It's got a nice view, but that's about as basic as it gets, guys. Would you pay 5,600 to live here? But 2 beds, so you could share that with your friend if you're lucky enough. 5,200, another pretty basic flat with modern furnishings, tiny little shower. Nice interior, but is it worth 5,200? I don't know. Look, this one's pretty cheap, 2,500. You could rent a mansion where I live for that, guys. You could literally rent a mansion. So yeah, I think people are just getting shit. Like 1-bed studio, 1,875. What are we talking about, guys? Imagine if you had to pay that every month before you've even eaten. This one, 10k, 3 bedrooms, so you can split that between 3 people. This is quite nice. It's quite nice, but is it worth 10,833 per calendar month, people? So, London, wildly unaffordable. No one can really live there. Let's see what this is saying.
New data shows that residential prices have hit a record-breaking high. For the first time, the average rent in Great Britain has passed £1,300 a month. It's an issue we've been monitoring in our 5 News Focus on Housing series, so let's take a closer look now. First of all, Scotland, monthly rents have reached more than £930 there. That's up at 13.4%.
Leave me a question. Leave me in the comments, guys. How long do you think it'll take before Scotland crosses the £1,000 mark? I think by the end of 2024, early 2025, that will be in the £1,000 mark. Leave me a comment, though.
Biggest rise in a decade. To the Midlands, it's £922. That's up at 10.7%. And in London, rent on average costs a staggering £3,000. That's up 11.8%. Bradley.
That's the average, people. £3,000 for rent. I mean, I would have a nervous breakdown if I knew I had to pay £3,000 every month just to rent a place.
This is in Liverpool for us tonight. So what is the situation there, Bradley?
Well, it's a similar picture here, really, Simon, where we have the fact that the cost to rent a property is going up and up and up. Now, one woman who didn't want to speak on camera earlier told me that she's currently paying upwards of almost £1,000 a month to rent her property. Last year, that was £700, and the year before that, £600. Now, a couple of...
So within 2 years, this one poor woman has gone from £600. They increase it to £700. Okay, you can live with that. That makes sense. And then they increase it to £1,000. So in the space of 2 years, every month you have to pay an extra £400. What's that? 4,800 over the year? It just doesn't make sense. It's just not enough money.
Quid here or there may not seem like a lot of money, but actually at a time where everything around us is going up, it matters a lot. There's no doubt we're all keeping a close eye on the cost of living. But what about the cost of where to live? If you're looking to rent a property, that could mean doing a lot of this. How's the house hunt going?
Yeah, we've just got like a few viewings, but it's just, it goes very quickly. So you've got to be like really fast in there. So it's just constantly like looking at like all the different apps and things like that. So it just takes a little while.
Faith and Kian's contract is up in less than 6 weeks. They have to renew or find somewhere cheaper to live, but they're on a tight budget.
It's really tough to try and fit within our budget with what bills are going to be, and then obviously the cost of food and everything else like that is quite a tight squeeze, isn't it?
There's so much pressure on tenants and on landlords at the minute to try and keep costs down. On the one hand, you've got landlords who have higher maintenance costs, higher mortgages, but then you've also got tenants, people looking for cheaper rental options because money is tight, as we all know. Places like this is about a mile away from the Albert Dock in Liverpool. Normally, places like this would go for £800 around about for rent 18 months ago. Now you're looking at over £1,100. So you can already see costs are rising more than ever before. The cost to live in one of these isn't just expensive, they're hard to come by. This is how many people were waiting to view a property.
And this is it, guys. This is for one property. You have all these people. Now, if all these people are wanting one property, obviously the landlord can charge whatever he wants at this point, because there'll be someone in here who's willing to pay 1,200, 1,300 for these properties. I mean, look at this. How are you supposed to win a tenancy when there's all these people?
In East London.
So there's a multitude of factors. Landlords are getting squeezed. Potential tenants were or would be home buyers, and they're no longer be able to do that. So this is creating a perfect storm, and it's making it very difficult.
Figures show that in June of this year, the total number of homes available to rent in the private sector was 241,000. That's actually down from the 370,000 in June the previous year.
Supply and demand, people, another reason why the price is going up.
Fewer homes are partly driving higher rent costs, but that doesn't mean bigger profits.
Investors are taking home their lowest returns since 2007 because they simply have nowhere to go when it comes to mortgage costs, taxation, and they are passing these on to their renters when they don't want to.
This is a sign of the times whereby tenants are struggling to keep warm and landlords are facing an endless money pit built with bricks and mortar. Bradley Harris, 5 News.
So yeah, guys, that's the current state of things right now. It's not looking good at all. It's really not looking good at all. But let's jump into some of these TikToks. We'll go through the comments and say, oh, well, I like this girl. We'll start with this one here.
Renting in London is quite literally an extreme sport. This room is selling for £1,192 per month. Let's have a look at this room.
Yeah, let's have a look at this, guys. This picture should not be a picture on a £1,192 listing. I'm sorry, it just shouldn't.
Because, yeah, I need you to deep this room, yeah? Look at the shower within this supposed studio. As in, they literally just plonked a box in a room and put a shower there. and labelled it a studio. And to make matters worse, yeah, the deposit is £1,375. Now, let's go into the description aspect. Let's go into the description aspect because this is a joke. Okay, so the description is as follows. Furnished, okay, good sized studio, open plan kitchen with built-in storage. Let's go back to the kitchen. Open plan kitchen with built-in storage. I'm not seeing no hob. I'm not seeing no oven. And you can't tell me the kitchen is next to the shower. This is for £1,192 per month. So what, are you expected to buy a Russell Hobbs hob and put it on top of that kitchen so that you can cook?
Yeah.
So I looked at other properties which I assume to be within the same building, same WhatsApp group. Why is my bed next to a sink like I'm at university, like I'm staying in university halls for £1,625 per month? Nah, let's actually deep this. Okay, this one seems a little bit more acceptable, somewhat. This one's semi-decent because at least your head's not next to the sink. But I assume these properties are in the same building. This whole property needs a whole revamp because ain't no way somebody's paying £1,200 to put their head next to a sink.
Yeah, they actually are though. They actually are. I bet that sells. I bet someone's renting this 100%, maybe even more than that.
Renting?
Maybe even more than that. Yeah, I like these comments over here. It's giving jail cell vibes. It really is.
How much does it cost to rent in London? For context, I'm 19 and work in sales. First, here's the room. You can see there's not much space, especially when I had the laundry up. But the bed's a decent size. There's the light, which didn't work, which meant I had to buy this lamp so I could see because it was the winter and it got dark at 4. But yeah, the bed's a decent size. The prison bar windows are a nice touch, and that ashtray was not mine. It was there when I moved in. So this room cost me £225 a week, which worked out to £900 a month. Now, I don't actually think this was too bad because my commute to work was only 15 minutes. Most of the houses in the area, Islington, were around 1.2, 1.3k, so it was also quite a cheap price. If you're like me and your rent is over half your monthly wage, I would not recommend moving to London because you don't have enough to live on, really. If you're not on the big boy money, I suggest commuting into London is the best option, but for me, I didn't want to waste the time commuting. I hate being on the tube, on the train, so for me, the best option was to live in. So you've got to weigh out the pros and cons of what you like. Also, look at that sunset. Jeez! Leave any more questions you've got about the price.
Lovely sunset, that lovely sunset. Yeah, he's right. If you're young and you don't want to commute, yeah, you can take one of these sort of bedsit things for like £900 a month. It's not the worst in London. I just feel like I'd be getting shafted though. If I was paying that bill, no wonder people in London are so angry and upset and depressed because they're just getting shafted left, right, and centre. We're up in Manchester, people.
House.
Two-bed house.
In Greater Manchester, Gorton area, M18. 2-bedroom, 2 reception. Reception number 1. Reception number 1. And reception number 2.
It's quite big for Manchester in all honesty. It's probably on the outskirts because it's more of a house.
Storage. Reception number 2. Very decent size. Freshly carpeted, freshly painted. Kitchen, decent size kitchen.
How much is it though, brother?
Be the new cooker.
£1,000 a month.
Definitely.
This
so.
isn't too bad, I guess.
Okay, and throughout new paint, new carpet.
Refurbed.
Upstairs.
Yeah, it's a house. They got an upstairs as well. 2 bedrooms.
Master bedroom. Very decent size. You can put like 2 double beds easily in this room.
2 double
Very
beds.
decent size room. Okay. Right. Toilet, newly fitted toilet. New tub, new commode. And with a new sink.
Sink right behind the door.
New
Classic.
carpet all the way in the house. Bedroom number 2.
It's quite a small bedroom, that one actually.
Right. Bedroom, second bedroom is a very
£1,000 for that, guys. 2-bedroom house in Manchester. What do you think? Leave me a comment. We'll leave it there though. Rents are going crazy, guys. We're going to keep seeing these increases. And like I said, if we go back to this one, already up 31% in London. On average, we're up 9% in the UK right now. I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. But leave me a comment, guys. Where are you in the world? How's it going for you? We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.